Take a look at this, please. The tax exodus from high-tax, mainly blue states, it continues. New census data shows over the course of a year, New York lost about, 48,000 residents. Illinois' population declined by more than 45,000. Paul Chabot is with us. He's the president and CEO of Conservative Move. All right, Paul, you help people move from blue states, basically, to red states. Which state is the one that is losing most people?
So when you look at the overall numbers, California is by far losing the most. Not only people, but businesses. California's lost about 500,000 people in the last 8 years. They've lost about 13,000 businesses in the last 4 years. But you look at Illinois, you look at New York, New Jersey, most of these blue states are losing populations, and they are coming to red states, Texas and Florida and Idaho, Utah.
Did you say that over the last 8 years, California has lost 500,000 people?
500,000 people. Now, here's what's interesting is when you look at that, California will say, well, look, our numbers are sort of stable. Well, that's not actually the case. They have a huge illegal immigration problem, about 1 million illegals in Los Angeles, maybe 3+ million throughout the state. And so you have many more people leaving the state than you do moving in. You can look at the moving company numbers that put out yearly reports of where they're coming and moving from. For example, to rent a U-Haul coming out of California, it's going to cost you a lot more than it will renting a U-Haul going in. So the supply and demand is also telling a significant story.
Can you pick out a city which is gaining more people than any other?
Well, we could pick out regions, for example, like the Dallas-Fort Worth region here in North Texas, where we relocated to and have our headquarters. Look, you have many Fortune 500 companies across the country leaving blue states. For example, number 6, Fortune 500, a pharmaceutical company, announced a few weeks ago they're closing up their headquarters in San Francisco and moving it here to Irving, Texas. You have Toyota move their North American headquarters out of California to North Texas. North Texas is a magnet right now for a lot of Fortune 500 companies, but Stuart, also with them come families. So you have two migrations happening on the corporate level and then also on the middle class family level, especially after this last election.
I got to say, I think things get worse because top income earners in those high-tax states take a real hit this year, in the next couple of months, from the tax deal that we got from President Trump. They're going to take a hit. I think this exodus gets worse. Would you agree with that?
It is, and it's already happening. You know, most of our clients, about 90% of them come from California. Most of them are conservatives living along the coastal regions, looking at their property values well above $1 million. They could sell it now, buy cash in Idaho, Texas, Florida at half of what they paid in California. And on top of that, they're getting better schools, a better work environment, lower crime, not the homelessness issue in the encampments. So it is a much different paradigm, and they are fleeing. They are literally refugees from blue states to red states, and it is absolutely an uptick across this country.
Paul Chabot with the numbers. Thanks for joining us, Paul. We'll see you again soon. Thank you, sir. All right.
Thank you, sir.